Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our weekly review for this week's episode of the Walking Dead television series. This is now for the Walking Dead Season 10's bonus episode, Episode 20. This is called Splinter. Alright, and sort of spoiler warning for this episode if you guys have not seen this episode yet. So I decided I would just go ahead and post this now. This will not be a very long review. This is now the fourth episode we have seen of the bonus episodes for The Walking Dead Season 10. First three were okay. The third one I thought was the best. The first and the third, with the second, surprisingly, the Daryl Carol episode, actually with Leah not being quite as good. Now this one is the fourth, so we have two left after this one for the next couple of weeks. And I am looking forward to the Here's Negan one. So one more and then the Here's Negan episode to kind of cap off these bonus episodes. So I think that this one is easily the weakest of the bonus episodes we've seen so far. If you haven't seen it yet, you can almost feel free to skip it. Or if you want to watch it, you can maybe watch it and kind of skip through it. This episode just didn't work for me in almost any way possible. So it's an episode focused around the Commonwealth, continuing the storyline from The Walking Dead Season 10 before the bonus episodes, where we see the Yumiko, Ezekiel, Eugene, and Princess group be taken into the Commonwealth and start being interviewed. Now, in the comic book series version, the character who interviews them, his name is Lance. He's got kind of the darker hair and everything, and I don't know if it's going to be the same name in the TV series. He's in this episode, but we don't get an idea if that's actually his, if that's actually his name in the TV series version. It seems like they'll probably keep it the same because he looks just like the comic series version of the character. So we get to see a little bit of the Commonwealth soldiers in this one, but not a lot. Just a little bit. So we start off the episode, they get captured, they go in, and I want to say this is a princess-led episode. Most of it focuses around her, with kind of Ezekiel, and then maybe Yumiko after that, and the Commonwealth soldiers. So we get the intro, and then we have the princess in the train cart, as well as the others, and she gets a splinter, which is where the episode name comes from. And she even kind of goes back in this thing where she got a splinter before, and her stepdad kind of was cruel to her. This whole kind of thing. I guess it it lends to why she behaves the way she behaves. Well, that and the fact that she was alone for so long and everything else. But we kind of get the idea. She was sort of maybe a little crazy, like before, even before the zombie apocalypse even started. She was a little nuts. Now that the zombie apocalypse has kind of, she spent this much time being alive in it, a lot of time being alone, she's quite crazy. And we get to see, I guess, sort of spoilers in this episode, in that she sort of, I guess, envisions herself being with Ezekiel at one point where he's not actually there, and it's actually her doing the things, and so she gets an opportunity to escape and to leave, and she chooses not to, and they sort of do this thing with her where they kind of start getting some information from her. So that's sort of what the episode is about the Commonwealth soldiers starting to get some information from Yumiko and from the others. And so there's one part where Lance backhands her. There's another part where she gets into it with one of the Commonwealth soldiers, and she kind of beats him down as Ezekiel in her mind, I guess. And so kind of escapes and then sort of comes back voluntarily because her friends are back there, which is just basically the others. And so she's tired of being alone, so she's willing to take the risk and stay rather than, take off and just leave them high and dry. So I guess that turns out to be a sort of a setup for them to extract information, good cop, bad cop, I suppose, type of deal. And that's kind of maybe a couple of sort of little mini twists in the episode from Princess's perspective. It's not a great episode. In fact, I was sitting here thinking after watching this, I wonder if this is the worst episode of The Walking Dead they've ever done. And I know it's a It's a it's a social distance episode. It's one of the bonus episodes, so it's not exactly, it is canon, but it's not exactly like, it wasn't planned for us to see this. But I just couldn't help but think when I finished watching it, like, wow, I can't. It's really sad to see that. I'm happy we got these bonus episodes. I'm happy that they were able to do at least these 6. But I don't have my hopes set too high for the next 2, and I don't have them set too high for season 11. I really hope season 11 will be better than what these episodes are, because certainly I feel like the quality of these episodes, even though you get some good stuff like the last one with Aaron and Gabriel, sectioning them off like this, making them so focused around certain characters, especially if you have a character that a lot of people I know are not really going to like. I've already seen some people find Princess annoying. Some people like her and everything, and that's cool. And I do, she's fine. But just, can she carry a whole episode by herself? We get some character focus on her in this one. We get to know her a little bit better. We get to see maybe where some of her craziness comes from, and to have her in kind of a delirious state here after getting a splinter, some kind of, maybe the start to an infection, but eventually it comes out here by the end of the episode. And just not a lot to write home about. I found even at parts kind of strange, like when Lance backhands her and stuff. I thought that was weird, because I just felt like, it just felt odd to me. It's like, I don't even know. And even the ending was very odd to me, the way she kind of comes at, it's like it's a work, and then to get the information, and they get the information, and then they open up the thing, and the others are all kind of held captive with things over their heads so they can't see. So I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. It's one of my lowest ratings for Walking Dead ever. I'd have to go back and check my review for Still and Swear and some of the other ones to see. But maybe it is even worse than Still, actually, which is very saddening to me, because at least in Still you had Daryl. You had Beth. Beth has her fans, right? And you got some other stuff that happened in the episode that were cool. Some cool zombie kills and whatnot, stuff like that, hiding in the trunk and stuff. So but this one, it just, I don't have many good things to say about it. So I don't want to be a hater or anything like that, and totally put it down. I thought Ezekiel was sort of pretty good in it for what it was. That was kind of cool, I guess, in some ways. But the twist at the end and everything was like, and then it didn't really progress the plot all that much for where things are happening. You probably could, I almost want to say, skip the episode entirely, and the only detriment of that would be that you don't get as much understanding of Princess and kind of, but you could kind of already sort of tell who she was anyway. Like we got an idea. She's crazy. She's been alone for a long time. She's kind of nuts and high energy anyway. And so that's kind of the way she is. So this just sort of gave us a little bit more sympathy for her, maybe, and finding out about her background, her stepfather and stuff like that, and what happened. But also that she's tough too, and she can kind of hold her own in some ways, I guess. Also, or I don't even know. Unless that was mostly a work too, I'm just not even not even sure, and I don't care. That's the worst part. It's like I'm looking at the details, thinking, "Oh, should I watch this back and check this out again to do it?" And I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care. So that's my review for this episode. 3 out of 10. The weakest that they've done for certain in the bonus episodes, and maybe one of the weakest ever. If you got a chance to see this episode, leave your comments below. Just very sad to see, because I love Walking Dead, and this is just not up to quality in terms of what's contained in an episode. It's not to say they couldn't use this for a part of an episode, but this is not substantial enough for me to call this an entire Walking Dead episode. This should be like one little part with 2 other storylines at the same time happening in a Walking Dead episode. That's kind of the quality for Walking Dead that we're used to, and this isn't it. So a couple episodes left for these bonus episodes, and just really hope that season 11 doesn't, bring us a lot of episodes like this, because if it does, the ending of The Walking Dead won't be as great as I kind of envision in my mind that it kind of should be. At least I hope they don't just kill off everybody. That would be the worst ever. I guess no matter what they do, be better than that. But if you have a whole season of episodes like this, it's going to be like, oh man, just a drone, like boar, man. Oh, God. Leave your comments below. If you like this honest review, you can thumb it up below. You can share, favorite, and subscribe to the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one, guys. See you again soon for another. As always, it's Trev. Same peace later, guys. See you soon.